Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now we're back here again. Amir Khan has said in 2021 it's time to go and face Kell Brook and it's time to finally shut him up. And it's interesting how he's saying this after Kell Brook's 4 rounds of defeat against Terence Crawford. He wasn't saying things like this before, even though he has done in the past. Why is it takes something like this for this fight to all of a sudden be relevant to either fighter? I mean, I'm not talking about Kell Brook. Amir Khan, in this instance, he's the one who's talking about it. But why does it take Amir Khan to lose, or Kell Brook to lose, for them to talk about the fight? Well, I think it's just because that is the biggest option for them. Where can they go? Where can Amir Khan go? Can he get a world title shot? No, he doesn't deserve it, and who's going to want to fight him anyway? What did they get out of fighting Amir Khan or Kell Brook now? What did Terence Crawford really get out of fighting at Kell Brook? So, at the moment, both of them are in the situation where they need a fight, but at that stage of their career, do they want to fight someone lower down the level, lower down the ranks, build their way back up to a potential world title opportunity? No, they want to skip the queue, they want to go right to the top, back to those world title shots, but having Kell Brook coming off of a loss against Terence Crawford, he cannot do that. Why would anyone face him? They would get ridiculed for doing that, for fighting someone who's just lost in a world title fight against Terence Crawford. I mean, I'm not saying it's Kell Brook who's calling for this fight at the moment. No, it's not. It's Amir Khan. So Amir Khan is in that situation where he needs a big fight because he doesn't want to fight someone like, say, Ugas or anyone like that, who is currently WBA regular champion in the welterweight division, or he doesn't want to fight someone who is also waiting for their opportunity because there's too big a risk with that. He could lose that fight, then his career's over. So he wants to skip to the big boys, to the big fights where he can make a lot of money and have that mega main event. The only way for him to do that is with Kell Brook. So I think that is why we constantly see one of them call the other one out after a loss or when they are in this situation, because the thing we hear commonly is the Kell Brook fight is always going to be there. I mean, 10 years down the line he'll probably still be saying it. The Kell Brook fight is still there. Now, I don't dislike Amir Khan, I don't dislike Kell Brook. I think they're good fighters and I think that what they've done for British boxing is incredible, but the constant link between the two of them, we've grown tired of it. We should have seen the fight a couple of years ago. Now it would be two fighters past their prime, coming off of losses. I know that Amir Khan had that fight in Saudi Arabia, but I mean, considering the level of opponent, and he was what, a featherweight or something like that, jumping up, so it wasn't necessarily an interesting fight in the sense that Amir Khan might lose this one. We were never thinking that. It was a big pay package he got to go to Saudi Arabia, and fair play to him for taking it. Considering what he's done and he's achieved, go and get that money. I mean, you're not going to turn it down, a 7-figure deal to go and fight Billy Dib in Saudi Arabia, so that is up to Amir Khan. Fair play to him. But I don't see this constant going back to Kell Brook being a positive thing. He still wants to be world champion once again. If he does not, then why is he in the game? Amir Khan's got plenty of money. He doesn't need it. So he wants to be world champion again, and he did have his shot also at Terence Crawford, but he fell short. So where does he go from here? Does he target a route towards Errol Spence? Errol Spence beats Amir Khan. Errol Spence has already beaten Kell Brook. Same with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford has already beaten both of them. So you have to wonder, what is their motivation? Do they want the pay package? Do they want one last big hurrah in there with their British rival? Seemingly Amir Khan does, but again, it's a name he can always call to get publicity. It's a name he can always call because the Kell Brook fight is always there, as Amir Khan always says. So is there any chance of this fight happening? No, I don't see it happening. I didn't see it happening 5 years ago. I didn't see it happening 2 years ago, and I don't see it happening now. He says he wants to shut Kell Brook up finally. Well, Kell Brook's just come off of a devastating loss to Terence Crawford. So what is the dynamic? What is the issue he takes with Kell Brook? We know that he doesn't like him, but what is the reason for him wanting to fight Kell Brook? Is there any demand for it? Not really anymore. And what does he get out of it? Not that much, other than a big pay package, and a main event, and a victory over Kell Brook if he's able to get it, against a Kell Brook who's definitely past his best, a Kell Brook who's just been stopped for the first time that conclusively in his career. I mean, he was stopped against Errol Spence, but he pulled out of the fight. In this fight, he was stopped on his feet from an accumulation of punches from the best welterweight in the world. And considering that, I don't see any need for Amir Khan to go and get in the ring and shut Kell Brook up. It's pointless. So guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Is this still a fight that you are interested in? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.